Oh, shoot. Oh, we're live. So, what is up, guys? This is the Overleveled podcast, episode 67, and we do have a special guest today. We did have a special guest, I believe, last week. It was DMV fan. This week we have a man, Harhead, and glad he's on. Talati won't be on this week. He'll be on next week, but then the week after he won't be. So yeah, hope you guys will enjoy this podcast episode. So Hardhead, say what's up.
Hello, motherfuckers.
There we go. And then we got my man Giga and Inspector, of course. And we got only a little bit of gaming topics and movie topics, so it won't be a long podcast. I did think that we should still have a podcast episode, albeit, short or long.
Damn, why you throwing shots at Century, dog?
Oh, wait, that wasn't actually directed.
No, man, you throwing shots at Century. I'm joking. It's all funny jokes, people. Don't take it serious.
Yeah. I hope no one takes it. Watch Clifton, just clip this part of the podcast and send it to Century. Big yikes for me. Yeah, not a lot has happened in the gaming landscape, but there's some things to note. Of course, I believe it was today or earlier today, Sony announced PSN name changes are in effect today, and just look out. I believe for certain games because it'll mess up your progress or something like that, and I don't know the exact games. I don't know if you're like...
It's a really small list that I highly doubt anybody who's trying to talk bad about it even plays.
Mm-hmm. And I believe you're able to change your name the first time for free, and then, of course, the second time you will be charged for it. So if you have a really just, profane, descriptive name, change it now and actually make a good name. If you make it a second one, that's even worse than something's wrong with you.
If you have like a bad name, they're just gonna give you a alternate name.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they're just gonna change it for you if it's offensive. Like, whoop.
Yeah.
Because it violates the POS, though.
You're gonna change it to like Mama Bear 720 or something, bro.
Oh my gosh! But don't they do the character symbols and shit like that to kind of get away with it, or no? That they still
people do try.
Yeah. But personally, what I think, long time coming. I'm glad that they actually put it into play. We heard about this in the I guess you signed up for the beta program. You were kind of like the test dummies. I also heard no one lost their progress for that. So I'm just like, that's pretty dope that they did it. So now, the narrative hasn't been because it was a long running joke for Xbox fans to make fun of PlayStation fans for not being able to change their name because of how they created the PlayStation Network. And it just, I don't know how they did it, but they were just like, oh, we can't really do it. So they found a way that they're able to do so. But I think it's good. But Jiga, what you think about this? Did you change your name?
No, I think my name should be Jig April, and that's what I'm sticking with. It's good. They doing Xbox, give you that first one free. After that, you gotta pay up that money, dog. But there's nothing to complain about, because it seems like they got the issue fixed where it was deleting progress and something. So as long as that's fixed, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Agree. What do you think, Hardhead? Did you change it?
I think it's just people gonna look over it because it's PlayStation and be like, oh well, this is something we should have had a long time ago, and then they're just gonna find something new to complain about. So that's just how it is.
I mean, yeah. It's in every different aspect of gaming, with the Epic Store and all that other stuff, but we'll get into that now. Inspector, what do you think about the PSN PlayStation announcing PSN name changes?
Cool. I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Hardhead. Could have had this long ago, but it's cool that we have it now. I don't plan on changing my name, but it's there.
I feel that. So I guess we can go into an interesting tidbit of news, and this is kind of regarding Ubisoft. And for me, it's like you kind of this was basically a Ryan McCaffrey like type of podcast he was having with the Ubisoft boss. I always butcher his name, but he's talking about how that saying the longer game lifespans isn't just about making money, even though they're kind of talking more about like the Division 2 games as a service. They're going more into that model, and we are seeing more games becoming games as a service. And I'm not talking about first party studios with Sony, Nintendo, or Xbox. I'm talking mainly third party titles, because you see that with the Division, you see that with Destiny. I don't know if we're going to see that with Borderlands, because I haven't heard any news regarding that side of things. But overall, it's like, for me, when I hear this about Ubisoft's boss talking about this and talking about Destiny, Fortnite, Division 2, and he thinks it's about way more than dollar signs. And even though it is about dollar signs, so I'm confused as to why he's saying it's way more about dollar signs, is keeping players engaged with the games and stuff like that. But really, it is to generate more revenue for those game publishers. For me, I'm not really into games as a service. I've noticed that after I finished playing Anthem, to be completely honest. I was like, looter shooters for me aren't that good, unless because a lot of people want to compare Borderlands as a looter shooter. I don't want to compare Borderlands to looter shooter, because to me it's way different. Like Borderlands 2 actually has a story, unlike some of the games as a service. But that's really my whole take. But I do think Ubisoft will go more into that realm with their titles. I wouldn't be surprised if Assassin's Creed becomes, games as a service, or even the next Splinter Cell game. I, for one, don't want to be a part of that. But that's really my personal take on that. Hardhead, what do you think about the Ubisoft boss talking about games as a service and it being, more than dollar signs and keeping the player engagement and all that?
Oh man, Dad.
Yeah, because you'll be hard.
Let me go.
I had my mic muted. My bad. I don't know if he truly believes that, to be honest. Like, y'all know how I feel about Ubisoft. I don't think he believes that at all. It's all about the money when it comes to Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's why they're the only ones still selling gold editions for games that don't even need them. They have a gold edition for a game that gives you all the DLC for free. So what's even the point?
You get it 7 days early. That's it.
Not even.
Do they even do that actually?
You tell me you're gonna pay an extra $40 to play? It's 3 days actually, but to play a game 3 days early. The 7 days is the origin access shit.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I don't think Ubisoft does games early.
They do 3 day early.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, because I think I was playing at 3 days early. I got the code. Yeah, but yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, and I even think Beyond Good and Evil 2 is following the games as a service model, believe it or not. So I think that's supposed to be an online game and not single player or anything like that.
No, that's just fucking stupid.
That's what the rumors going around, and that was a big stink with David.
I do remember seeing that they talked about how Beyond Good and Evil is not supposed to have it's one of them always online games, like online DRM games.
Yep. I just remember David Jaffe making a whole deal about it. So that's how I remember that.
Well, David Jaffe makes a big deal out of everything.
Oh, I mean, David Jaffe does make a big deal about everything. I don't know. Sometimes I agree with him, but most of the time it's just not. But I guess, Jigga, you got anything else to add about the Ubisoft boss?
What I think he's trying to say is that it's not about money, because it doesn't matter if you make a whole bunch of money up front and then the fan base dies down. They want that continued money, so it's you can only do that if people are constantly staying on the game. So because the more time you spend on the game, the more likely you are to spend more money. Oh man, I've been playing $100 of this. I like that new outfit. Let me buy that. So yeah.
Yeah, and, like the direct quote is like, because we put a lot of time and effort into creating universes, cities, and worlds. What we try to do is give possibilities to stay there for a long time with lots of different gameplay and the possibility to be with your friends. That it's talking about games as a service. Playing with your friends and getting more content and doing said content and microtransactions, stuff like that. They will get a return out of that. So, but Inspector, what do you think about the Ubisoft boss talking about that? Do you think games as a service might make its way into Assassin's Creed?
Definitely.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I know you're playing Odyssey, I believe.
Yeah, I'm playing Odyssey. I'm not that far into it, but I just got to Athens, so I'm not that far into it. But I don't think it's going to get into Assassin's Creed just because that's their big single player franchise. So, I mean, but isn't Uplay kind of a games as a service type thing? Because Uplay is like, because Uplay has been going on for I don't know, 8 years, right?
Well, Uplay is like the account tied into their games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You always have to be signed in, especially with you buying their games on Steam, and that's where the DRM kicks in and stuff like that.
Because I have a Uplay account, so I don't use it, but I have one.
Yeah, I think you were required to make one either way.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't, they'll just keep reminding you to create one.
Mm-hmm.
But
you mean that's if you play from console, yeah. But if you play them on PC, then yeah, you have to have it.
Yeah, it's online DRM, 100%.
Yeah, because I play on PS4, so
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Hardhead. Well, what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I have nothing else to add.
I feel it. So Dragon Age 4. We know the whole big stink about BioWare with the Kotaku article. And I think there was a further article made with Dragon Age 4, how that game was basically canceled when they went into full production mode for Anthem, and then when they came back, it was rebooted. Supposedly, the original game director was the guy from Dragon Age Inquisition, who was doing Dragon Age 4, and it's supposed to be Tevinter spies and stuff like that, and Tevinter and all that stuff. It's kind of like heist-esque type of stuff, and of course, when they went into Anthem, for production being shifted, the game was canceled. The game director left, of course. And now, from what I'm seeing and hearing from Jason Schreier, the original project before it was canceled was Joplin, and now it's being renamed as Morrison. And it's being made on Anthem's tools. And it's planned to have a live service component, which is designed to sustain long-term gameplay and revenue. And it's, of course, being made in BioWare's Edmonton offices. And what I'm hearing is that it's going to be kind of like I don't know if it's going to be offline. I know it's going to be online, and they want to do drop-in and drop-out co-op and stuff like that. And I don't know how that really is going to be designed correctly, because Dragon Age games aren't really meant for drop-in and drop-out co-op. It's more tactical, and how you're able to use abilities and stuff like that, and having, I guess, another player, let's say I have Jigga, and he uses, I don't know, some elf character, and I'm using my main character. How does that help him further progress his story? Because we have two different characters, right? And we have our main parties. So that to me is where I'm confused about. And of course, you're going to have the microtransactions, and then hearing about Anthem's tools to me doesn't, I don't like that, because I don't care for Anthem. And to me, it seems like BioWare just doesn't know what to do anymore, because I think they're shell of their former selves. They proved it with Anthem. Did I like Inquisition? Yes. But Inquisition wasn't the best. Of course, Origins was the best compared of the whole entire series as a whole. But hearing about this stuff, and it being an online focused kind of game, and it's like it's supposed to be, says its main story will be designed as single player experience and multiplayer elements for post launch content. So it's supposed to be, drop in, drop out of fashion, and the quest could change based on choices of players across the globe. Like that, I don't want choices, affecting my game because these are the choices I want to make.
I guess you're not gonna be playing Kojima's games then, huh?
So I heard for Kojima, right? The whole thing for Kojima, what was it? It's supposed to be. I don't even know. I can't even explain it, right? Because I heard it has to be online and it's like some sort of time travel. I don't even know if that part's true. But like this is like, for me, it's like Kojima's fine. This is supposed to be a game centered on your choices, role playing game. It's not supposed to be centered on everyone's choice. You know what I mean? That's like the whole issue I have with this.
Nah, not from the way Kojima was wording it. It's definitely based on everybody's choice.
Yeah, I'm saying that's fine if they do that. I'm talking about though Dragon Age, which is a choice centered around like individual choices throughout each of the games.
Maybe your choices is like, I don't know, but I don't know. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's just like, for me, it just seemed awesome. Like Joplin was supposed to be controlling a group of spies to Finter Imperium, which is the oldest remaining human nation, Thetis, that is ruled by wizards, and choices and consequences were reportedly a major focus. And there was allegedly an emphasis on repeat play, which with areas changing over time and missions branching based on players' decision. And it would be, centered around heists, and the development team was interested in having players be able to persuade or extort guards using a systemic narrative mechanics. And like that was awesome hearing about that. And now they're going into this online play type of game, which doesn't seem that interesting, which kind of just devalues Dragon Age as a whole and just changes its whole identity. It's just a game that not for me. And hopefully they see that fan reaction from that article I believe was published by Jason, and hopefully they go and say maybe we should actually do this Joplin project instead of this Morrison. But I don't know. BioWare is just in limbo right now, and I don't think we're going to get another great game from them. But that's just me. Hardhead, what do you think about Dragon Age going more online?
I mean, I'm not a fan of the Dragon Age series. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Inquisition was an online game, so I don't see how they could fuck it up too bad. But EA at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jigga?
Kind of the same place Hardhead. I'm not in this series. I played, was it Inquisition? And I was bored to death of that game.
Yeah,
was it the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, like the cross-gen game?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no. I don't think Inquisition was cross-gen. I do know it was on the PlayStation 4 though.
Yeah, no, it was cross-gen. It was also.
I think I played on 360 because I don't think I played on Xbox One.
Yeah,
that shit was fucking mad boring.
Yeah, because there hasn't been a Dragon Age like fully next-gen game. It's only been cross-gen.
But what I think they're going to try to do is like, because you know how like you have your characters, maybe like one of your characters just drop out and like your friend drop in, like they replace one of your characters, like. But then that would suck if you have your team built a certain way, and then your friend comes in and it's like it throws off the balance that your team you had or whatever.
Yeah. I'm just confused. It's like it just doesn't make sense to me. It's they're trying to say it's single player, but having all this other stuff and choices globally and how drop in and drop out doesn't work. I'm just saying, look at Dead Space 3. That has co-op, and that kind of ruined the game, to be completely honest. That's just me. What do you think about this whole ordeal, Inspector? You think they shouldn't go online like this, and they should stick back to its roots, or what?
I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to it. I don't really pay attention to video game news unless Like I see it on my timeline. But wasn't Dragon Age 2 drop in, drop out co-op?
No. There's a drop in and drop out for Inquisition if you're playing the multiplayer aspect.
Well, I really have nothing to say on it then, because I don't know the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I can't really say anything because I've never played any Dragon Age games, so I have no previous exposure to the games.
I feel it. All right, and we got one more video game news, and it's actually Borderlands 3, and this is supposed to be like some user kind of deciphered, I guess, the game's box art, and they took a close look at it, and it's a hidden Morse code message that raises the question about the destroyer and the first Vault Hunter. So placed on either side of the Psycho, the first message reads, "Where is the first Vault Hunter?" Message on the right side of the image reads, "Who is the destroyer?" So that basically, I guess, kind of leads credence to like, are we going to see, find the Vault Hunter and who is this destroyer? I don't pay attention to the lore of Borderlands. I've only played Borderlands 2 for quite a bit of time, but I'd never actually finished it. I enjoyed it though, but I don't know. But Hardhead, you played a lot of Borderlands, so what do you think about this? The first Vault Hunter.
I didn't know about that. That's actually kind of interesting. Basically, they trying to find out who started the whole Vault Hunters thing. Mm-hmm. The group that stands against Handsome Jack. Because he's a Vault Hunter himself. He just has a group behind him. But I guess they're trying to find out who started everything.
Yeah, and do you know by any chance who is this destroyer, or what does that even mean?
Nah, that's no clue. That's new.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't really think too much about the first Vault Hunter until you just brought that up just now.
Okay, so I think I was reading it. Yeah, the destroyer was a huge blob with tentacles. So asking who it is raises all sorts of questions. Also asking in relation to the whereabouts of the first Vault Hunter might suggest that the two are connected somehow. The destroyer's eye was obtained by Handsome Jack in Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
I did pre-sequel, so
yeah. So I guess I might play a pre-sequel. Maybe they're gonna connect everything. I'm gonna assume so. But that's pretty dope. Having that on the box art, that's, I think, pretty creative. And not a lot of video game box arts do that type of stuff, and I think that's pretty cool.
And it kind of makes sense too, considering that this box art is the only one where the character on the box isn't killing themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And also, addition to this news with Borderlands 3, my boy Troy Baker kind of talked about Borderlands 3 and how he's not voicing Reese, the character that is going to be in Borderlands 3. And if you guys don't know who Reese is, he's in Telltale's Tales of the Borderlands. Very much enjoy that game.
That kind of threw me off too. Kind of had me pissed.
I'm gonna assume that Reese is gonna have a minor presence. I don't know if he's gonna be NPC, and they didn't want to hire Troy. I'm not gonna lie. Troy's a very famous actor, and his asking price might be pretty high. And Gearbox or 2K just doesn't want to, pay that amount of money for Troy. I know he was trying to say like, hey, listen, just to be consistent and stuff like that, you should have had me voice Reese. But for me, I'm in the same boat with you, Hardhead. But I do understand if he was too high to pay for.
But they didn't even like try to see if he would be willing to come down like on whatever it usually costs to get him.
Mm-hmm. If that's the case, yeah, I think they should have attempted that or just negotiated or something like that.
There was no effort at all. It's kind of bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. But I guess Jigga, what do you think about that? Troy Baker not voicing Reese,
I didn't play the pre-sequels.
or even Tales of the Borderland?
No.
Dang, man!
I played Borderlands 1. I think 2. I don't know if I didn't beat the DLC at 2. I played 2, and I don't. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it sucks. But at the same time, it's like they probably just realized it was gonna be a lot of money. Like
they don't know that he might have just been wanting to like get down with the project. Like, well, fuck it, yeah, I can take a cut. I really want to be a part of this game, type shit.
It could be, but I don't see that happening. But at the same time, they should at least try. But yeah, I mean, look, you know how these game developers are. They cheap, bro. They rather probably hire some no-name dude you never heard of.
I'm just saying they could at least try, dog. This bullshit.
Yo, what if that no-name dude was me?
I was voicing it. It definitely would have been me first, though.
I feel it.
Oh man. Well, one thing I will say is that game's an L because there's no steel case. So yeah.
How many games even have a steelbook case anymore?
Almost everyone nowadays.
Like, besides, actually, Sekiro was, bought separately for a steelbook case.
No, if you bought it on Amazon, you got it with it. So therefore, it did come with the steel case. So that fall back.
Resident Evil 2 didn't have one.
Most if you got like $100 edition of a game, usually that comes with a steel case, and that one doesn't. So fuck them.
Oh, okay, I agree with that. Wait, maybe Days Gone. I don't think Days Gone got a steelbook case.
I don't know about the collection.
It probably does.
Steel case, so probably.
All right, Inspector, you got any thoughts on Troy Baker not voicing his original character?
Well, I haven't played the Borderlands game, so I can't really say I have one, but I guess it sucks because Troy Baker is a big actor, big voice actor.
Agreed.
So,
yep. I guess to transition into the next side of the topics, I guess my question to you guys is: do we think, because in a couple of weeks, of course, we know Days Gone is going to be launching. I think it's April 24th. I don't know if that's correct. I could be completely wrong. Let me look that up. But my whole question to you is, you guys think this will be a success? And I guess, what is your Metacritic prediction for Days Gone? And I think I'll go with, for me, if I'm going Metacritic, Days Gone gets, I say high 70s, low 80s, but if I'm going to have to pick one, I'd say an 80. But I don't know. I have this strong feeling that commercially, I don't think is going to sell well compared to even like Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't even think it's gonna do those numbers. I don't know.
Horizon Zero Dawn before it dropped.
Huh? I actually thought that was like the marketing was bigger. If I'm gonna be completely honest. That game had a bigger marketing push than Days Gone does right now. I haven't even been seeing YouTube ads for it, to be honest, like I've done with other Sony games. Which I don't know if that means they're not confident in the game or what. But for me, I think it's gonna. I do think it's gonna be above $1 million. But if we're gonna go like the first month, maybe 1.5 mil. That's just me, though. What about you, Hardhead? Metacritic prediction, and if you think this is gonna be a
Sleeper
success.
of the year, the savior of 2019 is gonna score a 90.
You bugging?
Oh my gosh!
You think that, dog? Sony allowing this game to release. That's all I need to know.
He bugging, bro.
Okay, yeah, it's April 26th. That's actually Avengers Endgame. No, actually, why would you? I don't know about that. Wouldn't you? You got Avengers Endgame that day, releasing this game. I don't know, dude.
Oh man,
maybe the people will go straight from
that ain't gonna have nothing to do with
GameStop.
the goals of the game.
I know, but I'm not gonna lie. A lot of gamers watch Marvel movies.
It'll be like, oh, I just spent 3 hours in a movie theater. Time to go buy Days Gone at GameStop.
No, it's gonna like I'm away for like hopefully it's at my house by the time I get home. Like,
maybe
watch it early in the day, then go home and play Days Gone. That's the best day ever.
Unless the game's bad. The game's bad, then
it's like, not gonna be bad, dog.
I don't know. I hope it's good, but I guess Hardhead says 90. How much you gonna think it sells in a month, Hardhead?
In a month?
Yeah, in a month. 3 mil.
Well, okay, now he really bugging, bro.
I said 1.5.
3 mil, you're bugging, dog.
He definitely bugging, B.
All right, Jacob, what do you think? Metacritic score and sales wise first month.
Metacritic, I'm gonna go with like 81. It's looks like it from what I've seen, it's look okay, but I don't think it's gonna blow anything out the water. I'm gonna say around maybe 950 to a mil around there. Man, I definitely don't see you doing like 3, bro. He's spooky.
Yep. What about you, Inspector? Score prediction and how much it's going to sell, you think?
My score prediction will probably be around 78 to 82, somewhere around there. And I'm probably with Jigga around 950K to 1 mil.
Y'all bugging.
No, you bugging, dog. This ain't doing 3, dog.
3 mil, dude. That'd be too much. I will eat a crow. I will eat crow if that thing sells 3 mil in a month.
Oh, you better be ready to, dog.
I would say I would hit your sub button. I'm already subbed, so man.
Oh shit. I feel that, but no, I don't think that thing's gonna hit 3 mil. That's crazy.
Y'all gonna be upset, dog. Look, y'all couldn't
I'm
even
not gonna be upset. I already got the game.
I mean, yeah, I'll be buying it, but
I couldn't even figure out how much what's the movie? The woman movie? The
Captain.
I don't believe y'all about this, dog.
But look, low key, it took that fucking movie like 8 weeks to get there, bro.
Don't matter, it did it.
Yeah, it took a long ass time.
It took a while. Black Panther did it like out the gate. So just saying. I guess now we could go into some movie / TV news. Do you want to let people know Game of Thrones this Sunday? Make sure to go watch it. I guess my question for people that watch Game of Thrones here, which is probably just me and Jigga. Jigga, you think anyone's going to die in the first episode? I have a feeling no one's going to die the first episode.
Yeah, somebody got to die the first episode because it's going to be like a big clash. So I see somebody die. I just don't know who yet.
Interesting. Super interesting. I heard like legit and we'll talk about Endgame, but I heard the marketing in terms of press junket, press tour is very similar to Endgame, where legit they're not saying anything. Like they can't even talk about what happens. It's like I think they only talk about like the biggest battle that they filmed was at night in Belfast, which is the Stark, right? And they filmed that at night 55 days. 55 nights, basically. That's crazy.
What's that type of when you doing something on this type of level, but you got to keep that hush hush, bro. Because a spoiler could ruin a lot of money, dog.
That's why Spider-Man didn't get his fucking script.
Oh shit!
Oh man.
Tom Holland, shout out to Tom Holland. But yeah, no, I think this is gonna be pretty big, dude. I had an argument. This dude who's like, The Walking Dead after Game of Thrones will become popular, and I'm like, what are you?
What?
The dude has a.
They all gonna do good. Like
Charles. No, the thing is, his avatar was Charles Smith, and his name was Charles Smith from Red Dead 2. And I was arguing with this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, man." The Walking Dead's gonna be amazing. The reason why everyone was leaving and don't like the show is because Glenn and Rick left and stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, there's a lot of issues with The Walking Dead instead of just because actors are leaving. Like, I mean, there are a lot of actors leaving the show. I'm not gonna lie about that. They're leaving. They're like having the actress Michonne leave the show. Like, watch
her own game. This was crazy.
So it's like there's not many lead actors like in that show anymore. It's like you got Daryl, and you got the guy who plays Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's a great actor, by the way. But it's like it's not comparable. Like The Walking Dead will not become as go up in popularity as it once was. And there's no end. And I've always said this: is Game of Thrones has a beginning, middle, and end. Right? They had an end in sight. It wasn't like, oh, because of the show being so popular, we're going to keep going the seasons and milking it. I hate when shows do that because there's no end in sight. There's no foreshadowing. Game of Thrones foreshadows the ending and certain events happening. Walking Dead, there's no foreshadowing. It's like there's no progress. There's no end game in sight.
And plus, there's like, even though it's based on a comic, it's not really following the comic anymore. I think it stopped doing that after season 2, and that's when I heard the quality went down.
They killed like the character that was kind of like what was his name? Rick's son. I forgot his name.
Carl,
right? The whole point with the deer scene, right, in season 2 was kind of show that Carl was going to beat this, right? Carl was going to survive the apocalypse and all this stuff, foreshadowing, right? And the same thing with the comics. And he was going to become this leader and get everyone out of it, right? But now, like the show is just like, no, we don't like Carl. People don't like Carl. Like, just kill him off. And now there's no end sight. And it's just like they're just doing whatever they want to do in that show. But Game of Thrones isn't being milked. You have its prequel shows being made being written by George R. R. Martin, but that's personally what I think. But I'm glad that they're not saying anything, and people need to stop trying to compare Game of Thrones to Walking Dead because Game of Thrones completely destroys it. That's what I think. But yeah. Anywho, Parhead, are you into Game of Thrones or not?
Ew.
Oh. This man.
Nah, I don't have no HBO Gold membership.
You better find a link, nigga. I mean, dude. Like, you better like everybody else.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I did, bro. You think I got HBO? No.
Yeah,
a link just happened to fall into my lap, and I was like, "Whoa, Game of Thrones is here. Hey, let me watch it." And I watched it, and I was like, "Whoa,
show was great."
Nah, fuck all that,
bro. You need to watch it, like, bro. It's great. Like I have HBO now. I just got it for like these 2 months, and
but it turned Jack into a believer, dog. He a believer, man.
Yeah. Like it's a really, really good show. You need to watch.
Somebody give me the HBO Go login, though.
Once you get past all incest, man.
I ain't watching it in 4K. It ain't worth my time.
You know it. Let's get this man up out of here.
Yeah, that's what I thought, though.
Dude, I'm tempted to give him. Oh man, I don't know, dude. You gonna mess with my account information?
I ain't gonna do all that shit. I just watched WrestleMania with what you call it account.
Oh yeah, you talking about WWE Network?
Huh?
I thought you said WrestleMania.
Yeah, he did. No, he said WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. WWE Network.
Yeah, with somebody's alleged account.
Okay.
I think it was his uncle's account. You know what I'm saying? Like. He was like, "Hey, uncle, let me come over your house and watch you." You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Look, we ain't trying to implicate nobody over here.
Okay, because this is regarding TV stuff. I'm not going to lie.
Me and dog, oh, man, he's spooky. He just passed me up, dog.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. Chica, go. Okay. Anything regarding Game of Thrones, because I guess your expectations.
Basically, all I'm going to say is that
anything, I guess.
But I expect this to not be like one of the greatest things ever. But I hope it ends like Spartacus Blood saying like season 1 where it just like epicness.
I heard people are saying like it's gonna satisfy some and it's not gonna satisfy some. Like even the actors have said that. It's like
I mean, I ain't gonna say I don't care who dies. because I really do. That's like one of the like most important part of shows, like who dies, who lives. But you just want to see a conclusion, and that's what Walking Dead is missing. Like
they have no character progression anymore. Like
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know anything about that show.
Game of Thrones is like a journey to a trip. It's like that the trip's gonna be the best part, but you're like just enjoying the ride along, and it's like you're enjoying it. And fucking Walking Dead is just like a trip to nowhere. It's like you don't know where it's going to end.
Yeah, you don't know where the end is in sight.
Yeah,
like the whole thing has been hinted. Even it's like kind of like Siege, right? Like the Siege were planning. Even the first episode of White Walkers and like them battling it is the end game. Like that's gonna be the ending. And to see who sits on the Iron Throne, or even if there's gonna be an Iron Throne left afterwards, you know,
it shouldn't be, but.
The rumors are saying they're gonna make it a republic. I don't know.
I want to see everybody die.
Oh damn!
I can't see them beating the White Walkers. It's impossible. It's like fighting zombies. It's like, bruh, for every one you kill, it's like 3 people get bit. It's like that's 3 people to their army, and it's like, bro, it's just.
Well, I don't think they die when they get bit. They have to be killed to then, you know. Go
in Walking Dead, if you get killed, you become.
No. I was talking about like the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, don't they say like when the White Walkers kill you, they can.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about bites from them.
I mean not bites, but like if they kill you, like one of them things, they can turn you to one of them. It's like that increases their army. Then they got a dragon. It's like, bro,
and they got giants, dude.
Yeah,
giants, bears too, dude.
It's looking like a no for me, dog. They probably gonna pull some bullshit out the head though. Oh man.
I mean, they got 2 dragons, all right, and you got Jamie. You got Jamie, right, dude? I'm not gonna lie. Think about this right now. Like, I had my mom watch Game of Thrones, and she was like, "Dude, I hate Jamie because like what happened with Bran and stuff like that." She's like, "Dude, I hope Jamie dies." And then throughout the series, you see his character arc, right? And he's become a better person, and then you got my mom saying, even though he did a terrible thing, I
don't think he becomes a better person. You understand the reasoning behind who he is, and
he starts to realize his problem.
Yeah,
like he even sees like at the last season that like his sister, and he's like, "Are you shitting me right now?" And he just leaves, and I'm just like, "Thank you, thank you. You finally realize."
It's still too late, man. Push a kid out a window.
Yeah. He does all this stuff, and it's just like he becomes a better person, I think. It's just called it's like a gray character. It's not like
he's not really a good character. He's not a bad character either. He just does bad things, but he's like.
And that's what I like. Characters that have flaws and that aren't perfect. Oh,
Whoa. Jon Snow is my favorite character. He is kind of like the.
Oh, he has his flaws at times.
Does he though?
Yeah, I mean he shouldn't have been messing with wildlings.
The who?
And wildlings.
I mean,
and
come on,
people,
bro. That's not. That's BS. Nah, bro.
And he shouldn't have been, trusting people as much. And he realized that towards his death.
Oh man.
Like he trusted too many of his night people for his night watch and stuff like that. And guess what happened? They backstabbed him.
Literally. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
man.
I just can't wait for Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones will be a big emotional roller coaster. I do have a theory for people, and I won't do a bet, but I will say Daenerys will be pregnant. I think that's gonna happen. Reason why I think about that is because she has lost a child, not a figure like actual child. She lost a dragon that she considers her actual child. So losing that, I think that breaks the curse. And because of the end for season 7 of them doing that, I definitely think she's gonna be pregnant at one point. So I think that's gonna be a thing.
That's spooky.
But
Game of trash.
Oh,
hey, what? Hey, fight me, dog.
No,
you need to watch that show. Ask somebody. For HBO now. I mean, I have my HBO now, but I don't know if you're gonna be messing with my stuff, dude.
Man, y'all tripping. It's probably ain't even worth the subscription.
Oh my god, he really hating out here, dog.
Do you want to say? I guess we go into it because Hardhead watched it. WrestleMania. I watched it.
Oh my god, that was trash.
WrestleMania was not that good this year.
Yeah, some people were telling me they gave it an A. I was like,
huh?
I think it was Prodigy, and I was like, bruh, I gave that thing a C. I said
I
the only.
I was talking to him on Twitter. I know he was enjoying it.
For me, I don't even think like what I liked about it was there were a lot of botches. Like you could tell, like even like main event had botch. Even I enjoyed the main event match, but the triple.
Why did they have so many fucking squash matches?
I don't know. And like the thing is, like leading up to the storylines as well is so last minute. And it's not like how they did it continuously throughout different pay-per-views leading up to WrestleMania. They just do it either. Yeah, they did it kind of like before WrestleMania or like legit like the night before Fastlane. And I didn't like that aspect. The only matches I care for were I think the Usos match, and the only reason why I liked the Usos match was because of Ricochet and the other dude. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Aleister Black.
Yeah, Aleister Black. I like that match because I think they're talented, like really talented in ring. I like that. I don't care for the bar. Usos is like I don't really care for them in terms of the in-ring ability. I definitely think that Aleister and Ricochet should have won the titles. That's just me, though. I did enjoy that match a lot, though. I didn't care for the AJ Styles and Randy Orton match. I just didn't.
A lot of those matches were pretty fucking bad, especially the Triple H and
yeah, like
oh my god, that was so bad, bro.
Like the Triple H and Batista ones, like the only thing I liked was the story aspect, but even then it wasn't fleshed out well. And then it's like the reason why they prolonged that match is because they're old. They were like trying to break the fingers, and they were wasting a lot of time. It was because they are old.
They're not gonna selling that fucking.
They fucking both old and out of shape, but that was the worst match I ever seen, bro.
And what else? I'm trying to think of a good match. I liked the Dr. Thugonomics. That was like actually like a cool moment because I like John Cena back in the day doing that in the soldier montage. But when he did the kid stuff, I'm just like, no. I hate that aspect for John Cena. What else?
He gonna come back with that. You already know it.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Never die.
This is what I think. I was disappointed in Kofi and Daniel's match. I like the end result. I just did not like the match as a whole.
The match was trash. Plus, we already knew like the outcome, so it was a waste of time.
I was like, I liked it. I liked the outcome, but I just did not like the match. I don't know. It's
spoiled the fucking outcome on the WWE show.
I didn't even know that. I didn't look at that show, so I'm kind of glad I didn't see that. But what else? What other matches? Oh, the freaking Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar's. That was like 2 minutes.
I've never enjoyed a single Seth Rollins match in my life.
I enjoy it, but it's like when you have a guy like Brock Lesnar, it doesn't make things interesting. Brock Lesnar to me isn't that great of a wrestler. So it's like I thought the match was overall was just bad. And it was very short too. It was like 2 minutes, I think. I was like, wow, that was over. Well, what else did they have?
It was better than that Kurt Angle match. That shit was trash.
Bruh, I did not like how they screwed over Kurt Angle like that. I was like that I hate Baron Corbin. I don't like him I don't like saying hate. I just don't like him with his in-ring abilities. And Kurt is getting old. Like he can't perform the moves like he did. Like in Impact Wrestling,
people can't even sell him because of how bad he is at it.
Yeah, he's just old. Like if you seen him at TNA and stuff, he was amazing. But now he's just like he can't. Like he barely is able to do an angle slam. Like you saw that with I think AJ Styles' match in SmackDown. Like that was a botched angle slam.
Yeah, you saw they redid the match. Like I was like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
Like,
super.
you had to really fuck up for them to have to redo the fucking match the next day.
Yep. What else? Yeah. That was it, really. They did botch a couple things in the women's main event.
That was
trash, dog.
I mean, if they want to make a unified championship, I guess.
Yeah.
But if not, then that was a waste.
I think they're trying to do that even with the men's championship. Like you see that with the last night, they're gonna do it in the pay-per-view or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine as long as that's the reason for it. Because that was a bad match.
Like I think that was the one I I think Usos was probably the one I enjoyed the most, that match, and that was just because of Aleister Black and Ricochet. But that was it, really. Oh, was it Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor? Yet again, like I don't know what is up with big wrestlers like Brock Lesnar. I just don't care for big wrestlers like that. Like they just in their in-ring abilities aren't great, unless you're talking about Apollo Crews. Now his in-ring abilities are phenomenal, but Bobby Lashley, I was just like that match wasn't even that good to me. I don't know. It was overall. I don't know why some people were like saying it's amazing. Maybe it's because of the outcomes.
Nah, I wasn't. I knew the outcome of the Bobby Lashley match. Like I know people are not gonna like me saying this, but they not about to let more than one black man hold the title like that.
Me, I don't know. I don't like.
I'm saying because it's the WWE title. Like
I think Apollo Crews needs to get a bigger push. That's just me though.
There's a lot of people that need a bigger push. One person suggested something that I thought was actually a good idea. Give the main title and the two biggest undercard titles to the New Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And no, it's a new undisputed era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess Inspector, did you watch or no?
No, I've been out of wrestling since 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Me too, though. I just watched it because everybody was like in there talking about. I was like,
yeah, I watched.
Yeah, I really just watched the pay-per-views at this point, to be honest.
I just can't wait till AEW comes on. They've been hiring some good talent. They hired Jim Ross recently, so they got Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Cody Rhodes in them. And I think like
Chris Jericho is so weird growing his hair out again.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he goes in different stages, dude. I can't even talk.
I'm so used to him having short hair now. I know he had long hair back in the Attitude Era, but seeing him with long hair again is like really weird.
I totally think that that WWE needs AEW. Like they don't want AEW, but as fans, like it will make wrestling more interesting to have a rival. Because TNA did it initially, but they just failed.
TNA was a competitor until they moved to Monday nights and totally ruined their credibility.
Yeah, and then they changed themselves into Impact Wrestling.
TNA Impact.
It's not even called TNA. It's called just Impact Wrestling now. They did sign Rob Van Dam into a contract just recently.
Sounds way too old to be still doing this.
I have no idea. I need to see his in-ring ability to judge.
I mean, he's in his mid-40s.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what sucked? Seeing Undertaker Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Undertaker looks rough nowadays.
No, like I think he needs to get a buzz. Like,
oh, you mean a haircut?
Yeah, he needs to get a haircut. Like, his hairline is just like, it's getting bad. It's like you might as well go bald or get a buzz, because it's like I think I understood why he did that buzz cut once, but that's just me. So now I guess we can talk about Mark Hamill, his comments about Star Wars, and then go into Lion King, then go to Avengers Endgame, and we'll be done. So this is what Mark Hamill says, and this is talking to Hollywood Reporter. Hamill said, "I'm not going to tell Disney how to run their business, but is there a possibility of Star Wars fatigue? Yeah, I think there is. I've experienced it to a certain degree, but they never listen to my ideas anyway, so who needs them?" So that was comment on the podcast and stuff like that. So, personally, I think what he means is it's not about how many movies are made. I think it's about, I guess, the quality of movies that are made. Because, personally, did I enjoy Last Jedi? Yes, but I can understand the flaws people had with them. Like, people said the flaws of that movie, and I understood said flaws. And it divided the fan base. It really did. And for me, it's like this. I'm just like, it's just based off of if you make amazing movies or not. When you divide a movie, it's very mixed. So that's not an amazing movie. If you keep making movies like that Han Solo, very mediocre, right? The Solo film. I just think that it becomes a fatigue at that point is if you make bad products. And that includes like the TV. The new TV show, I think it's Star Wars Resistance. That's pretty bad. Hopefully Mandalorian's going to be amazing because Jon Favreau's showrunner. I think it will be awesome. But I think that's the case. But what do you think, Inspector, about Mark Hamill saying that?
It makes sense. I think this is like down the middle thing. I think some people are feeling Star Wars fatigue. I mean, some fans just eat it up, like eat a lot of the Star Wars things up. Like me, I've never been big into Star Wars, so like I see the movies. I'm like a casual person, so I don't feel the fatigue just because I don't care that much. But like I understand if people are feeling fatigue, and I know some fans don't really like the new stuff that's coming out because either it's so weird because like they either say it's too much like the originals or it's too not like the originals. So I don't know what they want, like those fans, but
no, I agree with that statement. I do think it was interesting, JJ. Ryan Johnson.
I'm mainly talking about the main series, not the spin-offs.
Yeah. I know you're talking about the main like episodes. What do you think about Ryan Johnson trying to say like he doesn't care if J.J. Abrams basically retcons all he did in Episode 8, and also J.J. just admitting that this story wasn't planned. Like this trilogy wasn't planned. It was like different directors, different stories, and those directors didn't even meet up with each other. Like. They like JJ admitted to that, and I'm just like, to me that's terrible. Like, what I think about the MCU is they plan out stuff, right? They plan out like trilogies and stuff like that, and they have like the same writers on board.
Yeah, they plan out the whole fucking phase.
Yeah, but like this, they like Lucasfilm didn't even do that. Like I feel bad for JJ because like he has to fix everything that people hate about Episode 8. Like Rey's lineage, Knights of Ren not being apparent in Episode 8. Snook probably coming back and explaining how Luke really died. Is all this other stuff. Like, what do you think about that? I guess the story not being, I guess, written out before being filmed.
I don't know. It just feels like. Maybe it's like a corporate thing, or like, oh, we have to put new Star Wars things out because Disney just got it, so we have to push these things out, even though we don't really have a plan. So let's just go to these directors and see what they do, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I guess they didn't expect it to be so divisive as it is.
Do you think, in a storytelling perspective, you should have the same writers on each film?
Oh, I think I don't know if there's the same writers, but you should at least have some collaboration between the directors.
Yeah, there's like no collaboration.
Yeah, you should have at least collaborations between the directors or the writers and the directors. At least have some cohesiveness.
Yeah, that's what I think, because if you watch Episode 7, JJ set up a lot of things, right? And then Episode 8, it just didn't do any of that. Which I'm just like, huh? Like even I raised an eyebrow to that. It's like you set stuff up, and then this movie just way different. I don't think it's good storytelling in that aspect. That's just me. Jigga, I don't know if you're a big fan of Star Wars though. You think Star Wars fatigue is a thing?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like if the movies were really, 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 really good, it wouldn't matter. The problem is that the movies aren't that great, so it's like people get fatigued if like the average movies.
Yeah, I agree with that. What about you, Hardhead?
I feel like what it is that they're used to a different, I guess, release schedule for the Star Wars movies. Now that they're able to pump them out a little bit faster, they think like, this is a little too fast. You're not giving it the same amount of craft that it used to have, or something like that. I guess that's what I feel like people are looking at it as.
Yeah, technically, Episode 9 was
used to take like a long time to come out.
The original release date for Episode 9 was actually this summer. Was supposed to be it. Yeah, this May, and then JJ asked for it to be delayed so he can work on it more.
And also, Christmas has been a big money-making season for them, so that was probably another decision. Oh, like we made $1 billion twice. I mean, I think it's. I mean, even if it was in May, it would probably make $1 billion. But I think they saw because Star Wars has been a Christmas thing ever since 7 came out. So
I do think it should still be a Christmas thing. It just makes sense for them. That's what I think. All right, so I guess Hellboy.
Oh man.
Oh man. It's not getting good. It's not getting good. I listen. I was like, it's a. All right. It's 43 reviews counted. It's a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's getting hammered. Hey, I don't know what to say. Like, I wanted the movie to be good. It's just it looks like it's gonna be bad. Am I still gonna see it? Yeah, because I have the AMC, A-list thing, so I'm not paying my money.
And reports are coming out that there was like fights on set.
I don't even know about that.
That's not good. I think it was Hollywood Reporter.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna be done with this. I wouldn't want to say IP. I hope they'll visit Del Toro and just do a last movie for it. I mean, they did it with Blade Runner and stuff like that. I think they can do it.
No, but the problem with Del Toro is that he has a big problem with keeping in budget.
Oh, yeah,
That's why they fired him in the first place, because the movies kept getting more expensive and not getting the amount, like not breaking even or not making enough money to have Lionsgate have a profit. So, because rumors are that Guillermo del Toro was asking for a $120 million budget for Hellboy 3.
Mm.
That's like, and the previous, I think Golden Army was like 80 million.
Yeah.
So I could understand why Lionsgate didn't want Del Toro to make this one, because they wanted to be more have more budgetary constraints than Del Toro wanted. So, but I guess I'll move on. Are you done, Red Hood? Sorry if I interrupted you.
No, I just think 9% is not gonna look good for the audience, especially when you go on some sites. Like when you're ordering tickets, they even have the Rotten Tomato things, so it's like you'll see that there. So it's gonna affect it. I feel 9% is it's too low. It's really low, and I haven't seen a Rotten Tomato score that low in the single digits. So I am very disappointed. And plus, it being rated R is not going to help it. So,
I was next. Are there any like words, or is it just numbers on the reviews?
No, like Rotten Tomatoes, they
I
have
would like to hear why people don't like it, because like some people just be like they find it like the dumbest reason, and like I want to hear like what is a good reason why people don't like it's too long, the story wasn't entertaining enough, or you know what I'm saying?
I heard they're saying it's very bland, it's very one note. It tries too hard. Like
there's some people though that, from what I'm reading, from Rotten Tomatoes, like they're saying Marshall and screenwriter Andrew Cosby went overboard with their R rating, introducing so much gore and profanity that it quite frankly gets dull. Flat performances and incoherent story do not help. Well, I don't care about the gore thing. I do think that's a stupid thing to remark, but I do think like if you're saying flat performances and incoherent story, then that's like
no. What I think they mean about the gore and the profanity is that, as I said, they were trying too hard to make it R, where like they were just adding them in just to make it R rated, just to make it edgy.
Yeah, sometimes
saying
gore can be like bad.
Yeah, like the Del Toro movies are PG-13.
Yeah,
and like Hellboy, I wouldn't consider Hellboy like an R-rated character. Sure, like he's not like hardcore R-rated. Like I would say, like I don't know, like a good comparison, probably like a Constantine would be.
Or I would say Moon
like Deadpool if he had
Deadpool.
No restrictions.
Yeah,
I would say Moon Knight's R too. Blade.
Even though I think most Deadpool comics are not as crazy as the movie make him out to be, but
I don't know. Like I think
interpretations of Deadpool.
I think there was a most recent comic, and he kills somebody taking a crap in the toilet or something like that.
I know, but like he doesn't swear as much in the comics as he does in the movie. It's not the profanity as huge as it is in the movie, but like to me, the trailers did nothing for me, and like the second trailer really gave me bad vibes because it reminded me of X-Men Apocalypse, just with like the whole destroying the world thing and the big light in the sky and the big CGI villain. It's like, like I wasn't really interested in this movie in the first place. Like I like the Del Toro movies, but like this really didn't need to be rebooted. They could have just left it alone.
Yeah. I guess anybody else have anything to say for Hellboy?
Nah.
Hellboy. Say his name right.
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
F. Big F.
Big F, like F to pay respects. All right. So, oh, wait. Completely forgot. I did want to give a shout out to the big Game of Thrones book fans. George R. R. Martin says it's going very well regarding Winds of Winter. So
hasn't he been saying that for like the past few years?
Listen.
Oh man,
you gotta take the W we can, bro. You gotta take a week. He's saying something positive about the book, bro. They don't shatter their dreams, bro.
He did say is an update coming from the red carpet interview with Entertainment Tonight for the season 8 premiere of Game of Thrones, where Martin also divulged which storyline he wished made it from the books to the show, and I agree with this. Lady Stoneheart, he said confidently. Certainly, the book I'm writing now is an important thread. So I will read who Lady Stoneheart is, but nobody in this podcast will know who she is until I say. Lady Stoneheart is actually the revived version of Catelyn Stark. Following the events of the Red Wedding, as her throat was slashed, Lady Stoneheart can't speak and has a severe hatred for all who wronged her and her family in life. She then becomes the brutal leader of the Brotherhood without banners. Elsewhere in the interview, Martin showed his understanding of why cuts needed to be made. If we included everything from the books, we'd still be on season 1. It would have been an 8-year-long season 1. There are hard choices sometimes, but that's business. Yeah. Lady Stoneheart, like, I do wanted that to show up in the TV show, but I understood why. Because like he said, like the books are long, and you included everything. Yeah, that would be 8 seasons for one book. So that's big yikes. Digga, have you heard about Lady Stoneheart?
I think I did. Like, I remember seeing. It might have been you who talked about her before. Somewhere I remember hearing about her.
No, Catelyn Stark, man. Revived and leading a Brotherhood without banners. Yeah, she hates like the Lannisters, like even more now.
I mean, there's a reason to.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dude. There are funny videos of people getting pranked on when the song plays. Like somebody's like doing the song for Reigns of Castamere, and that shit. I'm not gonna lie, man. If that was played at my wedding, I would be kind of spooked. Not gonna lie. But anyways, I digress. Get to talk about the Lion King, right? There was a trailer today, Lion King, actual official trailer, and what can I say, guys? I very much enjoyed the Lion King episode. Episode of the trailer. I thought the trailer was awesome. I thought the CGI looked great. What?
Man, that shit looked like a Disney nature movie. I'm not.
Oh man, you better put some respect on Lion King, my man.
Look, just they already done shown the part from the trailer where they was all walking across the. Well, they was all traveling and they were supposed to be bobbing their heads, and it just looked like they was just walking. They just going to the next destination.
I mean, that was in the movie. Wait a minute, what? The growing up scene, like they did that in the actual animation movie as well. Like, wait a minute. That's
but yeah, but the difference between the two is like it's like they were removing the subtle things that made Lion King what Lion King was. It's losing a lot of its flavor, its identity. It looks like a fucking Disney nature movie.
I don't know about that. To me, it felt like Lion King for me.
Hell no.
Yeah, I just watched Lion King like 2 weeks ago.
You ain't seen the same thing I seen.
I don't know, dude. I enjoyed that trailer a lot. I can't say it's a live action remake. I mean, it's not live action. I don't know what to call it. It's a CGI remake? Shoot. I think the cinematography was awesome, and I'm a little concerned we haven't heard what's the voice of Simba. I know Donald Glover is supposed to be voicing Simba, I believe. We haven't heard
Simba or new
Donald Glover. Oh man,
no, the Simba in the trailer.
Well, we see both grown-up Simba and young Simba.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if he's both or not. I keep seeing Donald Glover's name, and I'm assuming he's Simba. He might be the older Simba. I don't know. Can he voice a younger Simba? I have no idea. But overall, yeah, no, the trailer was good. I don't know what Hard is saying. I thought
this man Red Hood tripping. Don't listen to him, dog.
It's good. Chicken, did you see the trailer?
You like Disney nature movies that look like they was made by Michael Bay? Then sure, go ahead.
Oh no,
doesn't look like by Michael Bay.
Look like a Michael Bay movie.
That to me looks very much like the same director that directed The Jungle Book.
Michael Bay.
Fam.
It doesn't look like Michael Bay. Not at all.
I would say no.
It definitely does.
Chico, what do you think? I need your perspective.
I have no opinion.
You did watch the show. Get out of here.
No, from what I've seen in the trailer, it actually looks nice. I don't know what he's talking about though.
There you go. That's
shit look trash.
Man,
I don't
really.
know.
Y'all
Man,
really letting Disney rob your pockets. This shit crazy.
Wait a minute. I don't do that, dude. I talk trash about Captain Marvel every day.
I don't want to hear it though. That's Marvel. That ain't Disney. We got a difference here.
No, it's not. Disney owns Marvel.
I want to hear it, dog. Y'all tripping.
Wait, I also talk trash about Aladdin.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. What Inspector said. Yeah.
I mean, no, you were talking smack about Will Smith, which means you're a hater. Fad.
Wait a minute. When did I talk trash about Will Smith? I talked trash about Jafar.
No. Oh, you did say his voice sound kind of soft.
Well, it sounded like a freshman in high school, Jafar.
Like, I'm gonna be an evil villain. Like, bro, if you don't shut your bum ass, I will kick you in the face.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Is the perfect fucking genie, dog.
No, he's not, bro. That's gonna be corny, bro. That's gonna be mad corny, dog.
The best genie ever, dog.
No, bro. Robin Williams, don't disrespect the man like that.
The man's dead. Leave my man alone. But
He ever be the GOAT. Facts.
I can't tell you. I gotta think long and hard. A bad movie. I think it was that one horror movie that he was in. That he had like split personality disorder or something like that. Robin Williams. I don't know what the movie was. I think that was the one I didn't like.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I think it was R-rated.
Mr. Doubtfire was actually okay. It wasn't bad.
Was it that where like he's like a serial killer or something like that?
Wasn't he in
No, that's not Insomnia. I know that one. I need to figure it out. Let me look. Robin Williams. Yeah, I'll search it. But Inspector, what do you think?
I like the trailer. I liked it quite a bit. I know a lot of people are being critical of Scar's voice, but I
don't think it's that. I would say this.
I don't think it's that bad. Like it's not
as bad as Jafar.
Yeah, I mean, Chiwetel Ejiofor is going for a different voice than Jeremy Irons. People are saying, "Oh, it's not Jeremy Irons." It's like whatever. Like the only returning person from the first Lion King is James Earl Jones. I mean, the other people are the original actors. Mm-hmm. So, like, and people are saying like James Earl Jones sounds weird. I'm like, he's old. Of course, he sounds different, but he still sounds like Mufasa to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good trailer. Like, I think I like the teaser a bit more, but this trailer was good.
No, tripping.
Oh man, this man doesn't like the remake, man. It's a soulless. Am I right?
Is that a Kingdom Hearts reference? It's more trash.
No, what? Oh my! Don't get me started, dude. That wasn't even supposed to be a Kingdom Hearts reference.
I mean, heartless, soulless, we right there, you know.
So no, dude, soulless is completely different. That's what people say about Disney remakes.
Oh man, this one definitely soulless, but
oh man, this man, big yikes for you, dude. I think this is kind of funny. I don't really go into politics. It's not even. It's just a funny thing.
Trump got the
yeah. So I was like
history.
Yeah, so Trump, if you guys don't know, he was what was he doing? Like
announcing his 2020 campaign.
Yeah, he has a 2020 campaign, and he was using The Dark Knight Rises score in it. And basically, what WB was like, they're gonna, of course, sue the man. Like, bruh, A, why are you gonna use a song that they own? B, like the dude's a billionaire. They're definitely gonna sue his ass. Like, oh man. For me, it's like, I don't know why you would do that. It's like, use anything. Use free music. Hire a composer or something. Don't go taking a song and just using it for your ad. It's just not going to happen. That's what I'm saying.
It happened. Oh, man.
I guess. Anyways. Well, I guess, Jacob, what do you think about this news? About that, Trump's campaign using The Dark Knight Rises score?
I mean, I really don't care. I don't like Donald Trump's. Instead of saying something negative, I'm just not going to say anything at all.
I feel that. Hardhead, what do you think?
I'm going to take the Jigga approach.
All right. Inspector, what do you think?
I think it's funny that he pulled the same thing that Reagan did in the 80s, where he used a song without the person's permission.
Mm-hmm.
And sued.
Do you think WB is able to win? I think they have a high chance of winning. I don't know.
I think they have a chance of winning, but it's not going to do anything.
I mean, I think they get money out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna change Trump's thing though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't expect that. I mean, I expect like the just them to get money out of it. That's all.
Yeah, they'll probably get a settlement thing.
I agree. So, yeah, I think the actual like quote is like the use of Warner Brothers score from The Dark Knight Rises, the campaign video, was unauthorized. Warner Brothers spokesperson said in a statement, "We are working through the appropriate legal channels to have it removed." So yeah, there's that. All right, so last thing to talk about: Avengers Endgame. Oh yeah, Avengers Endgame. Sets new records. It has sold twice as many advance tickets in its first week compared to Aquaman, The Last Jedi, Infinity War, and Captain Marvel combined. And it is outpacing Infinity War by 5-1. And this is CNBC, Hollywood Reporter, reporting on these
Wait, which movie again?
Avengers Endgame.
Are you surprised?
No.
I mean, no. I mean, but still, I think that's outpacing Infinity War 5-1 is kind of insane, though.
I mean, the first movie of a sequel.
But that's crazy. Last Jedi, like, I do think it's gonna make more money than Force Awakens. Now, the big question is it gonna make more money than Avatar? That would be, remain to be seen. Because Avatar is the highest grossing movie.
In the long run, probably, but not as fast as Avatar did it, no.
I guess, Jig, are you surprised by the numbers? And do you see it out, making more money than Avatar?
Oh, what you say now?
I'm saying, do you see Endgame, because of the numbers you're seeing, do you see Endgame overtaking Avatar?
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, a lot of these movies have hype, but they never get close, bro. I mean, like they're gonna make a lot of money, but not. I don't see it getting to that point. But who knows? I could be wrong.
I feel. What about you, Inspector? You think it's gonna, overtake Avatar, or where are you on that stance?
I don't know if it's gonna overtake Avatar. I think it might get close. I think it's gonna overperform. I think it's gonna outgross Infinity War. Maybe Titanic, but not Avatar.
Not Avatar. Yeah, we definitely think it's gonna outpace Force Awakens, though, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Because like the ticket pre-order sales, like it beat Force Awakens in 6 hours, so that was insane. I guess I do want to do a funny story, and I didn't realize how much of an outcry this was. It was one of the trailers. It was about Brie Larson's makeup as Captain Marvel, and people were like, why did you do this, the Russo brothers? Why did she have makeup, this and that? It's like, and I was hearing this. I'm like, huh? I was like, okay, I guess we're going to complain about women having makeup now. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. These people are going in about Brie Larson having makeup on Endgame. And because like supposedly she barely had makeup for Captain Marvel. And it's like, and they said F the Russo brothers. And I don't know if DMV fan supports this. F the Russo brothers. I'm like, oh man. I was like, okay, Brie Larson supporters, okay, I see you. And the funny thing was, in the press tour and the press junket, you know what happened? The Russo brothers commented on this. I believe it was Joe Russo. And they were like, they were being talked about him. And they specifically said when, quote, asked, and it says, we don't actually, force people to do their makeups. We give the freedom of each of our actors to do their own hairstyle. and they have their own hairstylists and their own people doing makeup, and that's their decision. That's a Brie Larson decision. What do we think about, I guess, today's society in where we're going to complain about people wearing makeup and blaming other people for it, even though it's an actor or actress decision? And I'm going to go with Jigga right now.
Can we just ignore those people? I'm like, those people should be ignored, set in a corner, and never listen to their opinion ever again. Like, we should just ban those people off the internet because they're dumb people. They just want things to be mad about. Like, bro, it's like, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if he did force her to wear makeup, so what? It doesn't matter. It's a part of her being a part of the character. Like, people just like to complain. It's getting to the point where it's just being ridiculous.
Yeah, but the thing is like he even said it was like supposedly Scarlett Johansson even chose her hairstyle in Endgame, where it's like it was like red and it had like yellow tips or whatever. I don't know what you call it, like yellow tips,
frosted tips.
Highlights.
Yeah, frosted. Yeah, yellow highlights to the tips of
No,
their hair.
I was kidding with frosted tips.
Oh man, I don't even know girl hairstyles, dude.
Frosted tips is a male hairstyle, but I'm on the same wavelength as Jigga.
Mm-hmm. No, I hope everyone is. What about you, Hardhead?
I mean, I don't really care. I don't care for Brie Larson as an actress, so I don't see why people should care. I mean, from what I understand, I guess it's people that are more invested in her than she is her goddamn self, which is weird, to be honest.
Yeah, they were defending her, I guess, even though she was the one that chose it. It's just like,
even though they're kind of like low key, kind of like shaming her because they're telling her that she doesn't look good with makeup.
Yeah,
there's a reason she did it in the first fucking place. Ow!
Are you okay?
Oh man,
I punched the fucking table.
Punch the table.
Yeah, Brie Larson got him that bad, dog.
No, it's just Kiro, dude.
Oh man,
I feel that, dude.
Not fighting bosses off stream. I'm just farming, dog.
Farming.
Carol Hardhead died twice.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. I think that. Oh wait. Okay, there's one more. Marvel Studios won't announce their future plans until after Spider-Man: Far From Home. So Kevin Feige says to even announce if they're attending Comic-Con, sort of post-Endgame spoiler. So that's kind of weird. So I mean, him saying they're not going to announce anything until after Spider-Man: Far From Home. I'm confused. Isn't that a spoiler in of itself?
I think so.
I mean, am I wrong? So them saying they can't go to Comic-Con, I don't know. Sort of an Endgame spoiler. I don't know. I'm confused. But I guess my last question before we leave, what is your opinion on, I guess, the marketing for this movie? And would I be marketing the actors and actress going on press tours for Endgame and them getting interviewed, and they aren't talking about this movie whatsoever? Like they said, like even the interviewers, I think, were told like you can't talk about this movie. And I think even in Infinity War, they did talk about it. They talked about Thanos, him trying to collect the stones to wipe out 50% of the universe, right? And it was kind of like, they were talking about how it was like slightly a heist movie or something like that. Like, do you think this is good, or do you think this is good? I don't know, because I guess, Inspector, I know you were saying or you were thinking that they're going to show more footage past the 30-minute mark, or you thought like that was going to happen. I don't even think they have.
I never said that. I think they weren't going to show anything.
But like, has this ever been done to a movie?
I don't think so, unless the movie is really bad. I don't think Endgame is going to be really bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, I don't think any movie has done this, though, right? That they just don't talk about the movie. Like, I think that's crazy. It's like, can't talk about the fight scenes, can't talk about your character, or can't say anything.
I guess just a lot of spoilers.
Well,
Oh man.
It also helps keep the hype going, you know.
yeah, I agree. It's gonna be an end of an age, though. End of an age. Jigga, do you think this is good for them to do?
I have no opinion. Oh man.
No, and I feel that. What about you, Hardhead?
I mean,
Oh,
you don't want to spoil shit, so yeah.
Yeah, I think they have their reasons, you know.
Mm-hmm. Which means we gotta wait until April 26th, or unless you got your preview tickets on April 25th. You know
Or if you're in Australia, you can see it on Wednesday.
what this one's? Oh, not this one.
No, the Wednesday before it comes out.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, if you're in Australia, Chris Hemsworth country. But yeah, this was a good podcast. You know, I enjoyed it. We didn't have a lot of topics, but that's a-okay. We still had a podcast. Feel me?
Stop taking shots at him. He didn't do nothing to you, dog.
Oh man.
I don't take shots at him. No.
Oh man, hey, look, since you need to get at your boy, dog, he doing shots.
Oh shit! But do want to say thank you, Hardhead, for showing up, and hopefully you'll come by sometime. But yeah, we're gonna get awesome episode, and I thought it was great. And you know, DMV fan, I see you. I will always speak about Brie Larson when there's a time for it, but not every time.
Larson, dude.
Oh man says hater. Gives me middle finger. I send shots at Talata and he ain't even here.
Damn.
Anyways, but
As long as you ain't taking shots at me because I'm in his place, dog, then we're gonna have a problem.
yep. Hardhead is in his place. But I do want to say, everyone, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content from my channel as well as the podcast, and hit the bell notification so you guys can get updated as when my videos go up. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I might create some more videos later this week. It's just I've been super, super busy. But that'll happen. Maybe I'll stream on Twitch for Mass Effect. I keep saying that. Or The Witcher. Because I am playing The Witcher 3 for Someone for Golden when I'm able to have the chance after working on. But yeah, Jigga, where can they find you at?
Oh man, they know they can catch me on twitch.tv/JigApril. That's where I be streaming games, and blame Red Hood for no stream today. Oh man.
I feel it. Anyways, Inspector, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at the Inspector.
All right. And Hardhead, where can they find you at?
Twitch, Twitter, and sometimes YouTube at Hardhead7WD. With these PSN name changes, that might change though. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's it, though. Good podcast.
Yeah, indeed. All right, time to sign off. So this is the Overleveled podcast. Signing off.
Wow. Yeah.